going live. All right, I'm live. Just had to wait for that little squirrely thing to get on. So hopefully everybody can hear me who's here. I'm starting the live chat again. It's been a bit quiet, more quiet than I was hoping for. However, my channel is, like I said, microscopic, so I'm not expecting to get a large variety of viewers at this point. It's a more of a stage of build up, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of condense this a little bit. I'm going to be basically doing 15-minute chats. So I'm not just talking to myself because I know that might take time to get out in the eco world and build a bit of an audience to talk to. But anyway, so we're just going to keep the 15 minutes tops, and then we're going to do this. So kind of my plan is going forward is the next month I'm going to be doing every Tuesday for 15 minutes. I'm going to review it. If I don't really get a good base of people coming in there, I'm going to just do it once a month and then wait a year until the channel, has some extra traction, if that's the growth rate for the channel. If it's not growth rate, then probably after a year, I'll just quit the live stream altogether and just stick to the standard video format. So it all depends on how the branding and how the promotion and how much work I put into it. It takes a lot of effort at the beginning with very little payoff. So the runway, that you're doing is expecting to be long. So anyway, guys, for those that are going to be watching this after the live chat, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So every Tuesdays at 6, that might change. I'll always give a day notice if I can't make it due to work constraints or other technical difficulties. March might have a few bumps in the road due to fact I'll be moving mom out of the house and she's coming down here. So there might be some radio silence for a week or two. But anyway, we'll work on all that as we go along. But anyways, as the title suggests, we're going to look at doing the motorcycle show today. It was 2 weekends ago here in Calgary, Alberta, which is about 2.5 hours from my place. And it was a very good show. It's the first time I attended, so I really can't compare it to previous motorcycle shows, but it seemed to be decently packed. The vendors there, had a really good show and tell casing. Some are better than others, but it depends on how much resources they were able to look at putting into it. And we do have one. Oh, and Josh from MVDBR is on. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Got a chance to break away, did you? I know, Josh, you're busy and everything, so do appreciate the support. Like I said, this is going to be a quick 15-minute chat. Come and go as you need to. I know you might have a phone call. Not in the new studio. No, that studio is in the garage right now. It's a bit too cold, and I have no electricity in there. So I'm going to, that's probably be summertime, and I got to kind of do some hookups for electrical. That'll be a stationary YouTube station. So I'll do all my filming in there and everything, but then live videos, we'll probably have to wait till summer if that happens. So I got some stuff to do. But anyway, yeah. No, so the motorcycle show was good. Got to check out the Fantic, the Covey. Those are newcomers to Canada, and they were decent bikes. The Fantic definitely has a high price point. That's going to be just under $14,000 Canadian, and so that's for the very professional type of accomplished dirt bikers. Obviously, not going to be your first time dirt bike purchase. But Coveys looks like they're going to be coming online. They are where the Fantic's produced. That's Italy. I'm not sure where in Italy, but it is an Italian bike manufacturer. Of course, some of the platforms are off the shelf, other manufacturers, but somewhere in Italy, I'll find that out. I think it's northern Italy, to be honest with you, from what I can tell. But the Covey lineup, those will be all Chinese. And they're bringing a lot of that. Now, we've seen the Chinese really accomplish themselves in the off-highway world when it came to like our host. Who's that? Like our host today. So when we look at the Chinese makers, we had CF Moto in the ATV side-by-side world. And when they came out, they were good, but the manufacturers said, no, we want to be better than the competition. And they have. Every new generation came out was better than the one before. and we're seeing that they are really giving competition to the the traditional conventional makers like Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, and those guys, Suzuki and Kawasaki. So I think Kovei's looking at that plan and going forward with their bikes. Oh, I see what you mean, Josh. Now I know, like our host today, Italian. Oh, I'm a Italian descent. I was born here in Canada. I just clicked in now when I read that. I'm hoping that's what you meant. But anyway, so this is kind of where we're looking at is Kovei's got this. Now, the Koveis that they had there were just basically motocross. They are bringing in Enduro World. I did not ask the guy, though. It was busy when I was interviewing him. A lot of people were interrupting us quite a bit. So made for more challenges to see if they're going to bring in a two-stroke enduro bike. That was kind of what we are looking at in terms of their product offering. The traditional ones, I saw Honda, but I didn't really go to them. They were kind of again busy. Didn't check out the Honda. Honda's hasn't really changed all that much. So there was really nothing new to report. I was just looking at some of the new kids on the block. The one that I did check out because I do like it a lot is the Yamaha and the YZ125X. That's their trail bike in the small displacement series, and those were really nice bikes. And no, so you're still under the $9,000 price point, which it is pricey regardless. But at the end of the day, that's your tried and true traditional bike. Carburetor, kickstart, nothing fancy, just a basic bike. So it's got its role in the enduro world. I wouldn't say if you're hardcore and everything, you're probably not going to appreciate some of the rudimentary levels in the platform. Electric start and fuel injection and all those stuff that definitely has their benefits when you're off-roading, and if you're going to be going off the beaten path quite a bit, those bring in higher values than an old traditional dirt bike. So it all depends on where you're going. I guess if I had my my pick, I would be doing the YZ125 as a backup bike, but keep the Husqvarna. That's my forever bike. Not going to change that. If I had to get another Husqvarna, if I did have to replace mine, let's say something happens or it gets stolen or wrecked beyond repair, then I think I would still stick to Husqvarna, but I would go to the 150 Enduro. I think it'd go a little bit smaller displacement. Again, I just feel more comfortable on it. I like the tossability. I like the lightweightness to it. Just a bike that I feel good on. Oh yeah, 701. Yeah. Not, I think from what I was talking to a lot of people, the 300 series bikes are where it's at. You're still got the low end torque. You're not really crazy on it. It's a good balance from, sorry, got a little dry throat here. But through some of the riding experiences, a lot of 300s are where it's at. I think that's the consensus with enduro riders when you're looking at those specific bikes. But I just like the small displacement where I would be at. The one retailer that's kind of hooking up with me that I've been, collaborating a little bit. They offered me free swag, and now they're giving me a product to test. It was my first test product given to me through not a sponsorship. It was just a gift. Here, try it out, make a video if you can, and whatever. There's no strings attached to it. Fortunately, it's too cold right now to do a video with it, so we got to kick that can down the road, probably at least a month and a half before that video comes out. But they gave me that they gave me that dirt wash, which is what it's called, as a trial product to do a video. So that's my first partnership. That's Lethbridge Honda in Lethbridge, and they carry tons of motorcycle gear. So we're talking everything from accessories, parts, service, full shop, no doubt. But the brands that they carry are quite a bit too. They do the Honda brand, they do the Husqvarna, the KTM, and the Gas and Suzuki. Now Suzuki are more of their street bikes, not their dirt bikes. I asked them that. They said they're not bringing in any of their dirt bikes due to the high pricing of them, and then they just don't sell any. They're really Suzuki. While they make them and I like them and they've got great bikes, they're just not in a market that gets adopted here in Southern Alberta anyway. So I'm going to go through, do a little bit of walk around on the new stuff, introduce the new, like I did with the Fantic. We're going to go do a walk around on the gases, the Hondas, KTMs, Husqvarnas. So I'll be doing a bit of a show and tell there with it. So that's kind of where I'm going. When I learned that at the auto show, I got a couple of the reps and a couple of the dealer guys to, give me a little bit of a show and tell, which is really good. And I think it added some flavor to the video. I think a lot of people do like that, just walking around the bike, looking at any of the functions and the features, and just kind of going from there. But my bike, I've got to do it. I got to really get on that chain. The chain does not look good. I got to give it some loving, and I got to go through it and make sure it's nice and clean. Right now, the studio's set where I need it to be. So it's going to be like the bike show. That's where I'm going to do all my YouTube videos, from the boot repair or the boot restorations to the wet motocross boot reviews and everything else in between with my bike and everything else. So that's why I got the shop set up. Fortunately, that shop, like I said, it's an old garage. It's 100 years old. There's no electricity in there, so it gets dark. And right now we're still in winter here in southern Alberta. So while we've had the most mild winter I've ever experienced in my life, it still gets cooler and everything like that. So you're kind of limited in what you can do in there. But anyway, that's a trajectory with it. But getting back to the dirt bike show or the motorcycle show, they had, like I said, a good tons of consumers there. One thing I didn't cover there that I do training for my career wise is ATVs and side by sides, and they had this manufacturer called Hisun, another Chinese maker. And when I was walking around and I was looking at those machines, I said, "Wow, these are good quality machines." Just the way they were present, the presentation on them, and the way they look, the feel, and the features of it. Again, I got a dry throat. Have some sparkling water. Talk too much, you get backlogged. And it's winter time here, so it's kind of dry. But anyways, yeah, so looking at those machines, they are really good. Now, the secret, again, is making a quality machine that you can enjoy, but also having the dealers that have the parts and the service that can support it throughout its shelf life. If you combine all that together with their amazing pricing, you got a really good, compelling proposition there. I mean, these side-by-sides are going half of what Polaris is asking for, 15, 16 grand, and they looked amazing. So I'll probably do a little bit more. Now, that's going to be on my Trail Safe Canada website, which is going to be just corporate. Like, I'm not incorporating the Soupy Socks as my enjoyment, my fun. It's still a brand I'd like to grow as a niche product in the enduro world. That's why you won't see my ATV or my side-by-side in there, or I sold the side-by-side, but if I do get another one, it'll just be dirt bike specifics. So that's kind of where we're at with it. So there's going to be a separation, even though they're both in the off-highway vehicle world. If I come up with an idea where I can incorporate the ATV and do maybe an enduro run, I might do that as a fun one-off video where I can pick a trail and say, okay, I'm going to go down with the ATV, and then part two will be same trails, same obstacles with the dirt bike, right? And maybe do some fun interactiveness in it of timing, which one's faster, which one's get stuck the most, which one whatever have it. So maybe that's the only time I'm going to really impact that, but beyond that, it's going to be the dirt bike and the Husqvarna. So been enjoying it quite a bit. Need to get it out on it and explore it. So that's kind of mud bogging on the ride mower. Yeah, that thing gets stuck quickly. So yeah, I do have a riding lawnmower, but that's just for cutting grass. The cutting deck would really be like a snow plow and really get stuck in there quite a bit, But I think maybe do a dirt bike mud bog through a mud hole versus the ATV. I mean, there'll really be no competition, really. The ATV is pretty good. It's got locking front and rear diffs, and the tires are designed for that. So unless I hit something really deep or an obstacle where it doesn't want to go, and I could pick different lines with the dirt bike. But again, make a fun video, right? It's for entertainment. People like watching different stuff, and if you can incorporate more diversity and more fun into the channel, that's what's going to make it going to be a little bit different and try to hook more viewers into it. So, like I said, it's something that I got to look at going down the road. But no, Josh, really appreciate you coming on tonight and having a small little chit chat. It's at the 15-minute mark. So again, these are going to be like little tailgate chats. I think I'm going to do if I get a lot more people. My funny thing is, before I end the channel, so how I'm looking at building this is the Facebook. I'm doing a lot more activities, but I'm not getting any. I'm sending a lot of invites. I'm not seeing the invites being accepted. So there's a little disconnection there. I got to work on and seeing why that is. Instagram, I had a big Instagram account got hacked, so I don't really have the enjoyment when I go on there. But I do notice a little bit of a growth. I'm just going to keep that to 3 days a week, posting Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. The Facebook, I was planning on doing every day a post, but like I said, I interact, and it's probably my most time consuming where I'm going on every day doing things, and that has zero growth. Like in the last month, zero. So I might scale that back to just Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Give the weekend a break and give Tuesdays a break, and go from there. With the YouTube channel, like I said, if these little shorts or these lives don't catch on, I'll probably just eliminate them and just stick to my enduro moto vlogs, product reviews, and then the shorts, which are really good. Again, it's one of those things where YouTube is funny. It's a funny business. Sometimes you make one video, you can get a lot of traction, and then you plateau off. It's like a business. You open up a store, it's a hard process to go through. So I'm not taking it personal. Obviously, I like to see growth, because you do put a lot of effort in there and you like that feedback. You're not doing it just to hear your own voice. You like that interaction community. So those are some of the challenges I got to work on. And of course, while I'm working on them in the wintertime is one of the challenges as well. It's not like I can throw the bike in the back. So consolidated everything, revamping, making some tweaks as we go along. Of course, this will always be the case, but do appreciate everybody who did come by. And Josh, again, hopefully everything is good. I guess I'll see you next Tuesday at doing another tailgate chat, and I'll come up with another topic. But yeah, as far as the motorcycle show, I had a great time, and I can't wait till next year to do it all again. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll catch you on the next live on Soupy Socks Enduro, guys. You guys stay soupy. Take care. Bye.